Hello and welcome to everyone watching this video. My name is Candace and I'm the PR coordinator of the American Canadian Board for Professional Training. You're watching a new episode of The Power of Sharing. Today our guest is Haroon Ziaee, an author, NLP coach, and a professional training expert. Mr. Haroon, please introduce yourself further to the audience.
All right. So thank you so much for welcoming me to this particular platform. My name is Haroon Ziaee, and if I'm talking about my experience, I have overall 11 years of experience into training and development. It's been 11 years I've been serving into this domain. I've been doing training for BPOs. I've done training for automobiles. I've done training for retail specifically. And my major forte is training the people of sales and helping people to get the job. This is something which I do as a professional coach. And if I'm talking about an overall in terms of my qualification, I can say that I've done my graduation in BMS. I've also completed my professional course in neuro-linguistic programming. I'm a professional coach. I've helped so many people around me in who, sometimes they are depressed, they are not able to perform in their duties. There are multiple things which I keep on doing in my regular professional life. And training is something which is my life. I think that, I have born as a trainer only because once I started a journey, this was an amazing journey because this platform of calling yourself as a trainer and helping somebody to change their life is something what we contribute on each and every day basis. So that is something, about my professional things. And if I'm talking about what I've done, so I've also written a book because as I said, sales is something which is my major forte. I've written a book on sales, which is helping people to become a successful salesperson. And this time definitely I've already started writing something else. By the end of 2022, it will be launched so that the world can read it. So that's about me. I'm basically from Mumbai, India. I missed that point. So just wanted to add up that as well.
It's amazing.
And I'm glad to be here today with you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So tell us, how did you start this career?
It was just started because I really wanted to make more money, to be honest. At a very young age, I decided to support my family. So from the time when I just turned 18, I started working. And it was just a regular job. I decided that I will be there only for 4 months, but I ended up being there for 4 years. I started from an executive and then I got promoted. Within a year, I got promoted as a trainer. And from that point of time, this training journey got started. I never thought that I will be able to teach anything to somebody in my life. But then I realized that if you really want to be knowledgeable, if you really want to help people, then training is the best platform. Because when you train, it is not only you who teach others. You learn so many different things every day. So that's the best part about training. So, and that day, when I saw somebody, I looked at one of the person in that organization, and I really liked the personality of being a trainer. From that point of time, I decided to be a trainer, and then I was basically into product training. I was doing process training. I was doing all those things. Like it was related to majorly product and process. But then I started getting onto LinkedIn. I started interacting with multiple trainers who are doing wonderful job when it comes to behavioral things. Because product and process is temporary. It will keep on coming, it will keep on going, it will keep on changing every time as per the competitive market. But when it comes to behavior, this is something which is long term. So I started learning more about training. I started attending seminars, webinars. I started networking with people who are into this industry, who are the industry leaders. I started reading the blogs and everything, but whatever I can do to make myself a better trainer. And then I decided to get into NLP. And after NLP, I realized that there is a huge potential when it comes to a coach and a trainer. Because for me, I majorly I don't do professional coaching one-on-one. I actually try to help people with the help of NLP. for example, one fine day there was a person who was so much depressed about his life that he was about to commit suicide. And I saw him, like, he was crying. He was very upset. And I asked him what happened, and he was not even ready to speak up. So I sat with him. I tried to understand, what exactly, the problem is. And with the help of NLP, I was able to solve his problem. And that day I realized that, training and coaching is something which can actually save lives. And there are like multiple n number, because it's been like 11 years. There are n number of times which wherein training is something which has always inspired me to become better every day, every day. So that's what I keep on doing, and that's where all these things get started. And I'm sure that till the time I'm there, I will never leave training and coaching, because this is something which is a work of God, and I believe everybody needs somebody who can be there with them in their life journey. And I want to be that one person as a contributor.
You sound very passionate about your career. That's amazing.
Yes.
So tell us, when did you start being called a professional expert per se?
It started in 2012.
Hmm.
Started in 2012. And it's been like almost 10 years I'm doing it professionally. I've been working with one of the biggest corporates in India, even the MNCs as well. And I've been doing, from 2017, I've got this certification of NLP. And after that, I've started practicing NLP as well.
Hmm. So you'd say you have 11 years of experience?
Yes.
Amazing. So throughout your journey, what would you say is the difference between working for a corporation or an organization versus working as a freelancer?
Definitely, working in an organization and working as a freelancer, both have their different good points and different bad points as well. So, for example, when I am associated with an organization, I am limited. I have to perform under the boundary of the organization. I cannot go beyond the limit and do something extra which can actually, maybe it can be beneficial for the organization itself. But because of the clauses, because of the terms and conditions, we cannot do that. But the best part is every month you get a paycheck. That is something which is really a very good point, because when you work as a freelancer, it is very much possible that there are months when you don't get any money, but there are months when you suddenly get a bigger paycheck. And if you don't know your financial management, then again it's a bigger problem. So before you get into freelancing, see, there are many people. I speak to multiple people every day, but the only thing I am getting to know in today's world after this pandemic is that I want to quit my job and I want to start my business. I want to work as a freelancer. But my only advice to all those people is that even if you are currently working in a job which you don't like, but still if you are working in an organization, then please at least save 6 months emergency funds with you. Make sure you have a health insurance with you, because you never know, the medical emergencies may come at any point of time. And the third important point is make sure you have your term insurance. So if anything else happens wrong with anybody's life, then at least those people the family must not survive. These three things, if you have, and if you have the emergency fund, an emergency fund, I'm not talking about the complete salary, I am only talking about the basic salary. The basic needs can be fulfilled at least for 6 months. So even if you want to give a try to that, let's try, I want to become a freelancer once in my life. I want to try. So at least if you want to try, you must have a backup. Otherwise, you won't be able to focus. And second advice which I really want to give over here is that two things cannot work together. So for example, if I am into an organization, I'm working in an organization, and with that I also want to do a freelancing. So sometimes it happens that, in my organization, I get a pressure that, okay, this is a very important project which I have to deliver. And on the another side, my freelancer clients, they are saying that they also have an important thing that they want to deliver at the same point of time. But as an individual, I have seen many people taking the path of an organization, because they know that here there is an assurity that they will get money. But in freelancer, if anything happens wrong, then it is a problem. So what I suggest over here, What I recommend to people is, for example, if you really want to get into a business or you want to start as a freelancer, develop somebody else. Start teaching other people. You can pick up somebody from your family, pick up somebody from your community, pick up your friends or somebody else with on whom you can trust. Start developing them. Make them learn your basic things so that you don't have to spend your entire life working as a freelancer. You can continue work over here, and whenever there's a project which you have to deliver, for example, if there's a training program which I have to deliver, I can organize the things. I can apply for a leave over here, and then I can go and deliver a session over there as well. But that too only as a freelancer, because there are, and we also have to ensure that the government guidelines has to be followed, because in India you cannot work to simultaneously in two organizations. You have to only work in one organization. So you have to understand the guidelines first, sitting with your human resource team, understand it first, that what are the possibilities, what all things are there which you can do as an individual after your working hours. So if all these things are mapped properly, then I think people can pursue their career in the organization. Along with that, they can also work as a freelancer. But both are good. I can say both are good. But if you are really passionate about this, first you have to decide where do you want to reach. Once you know where do you want to reach, then start taking baby steps, small steps. Things will definitely start improving. So that's what I believe about organizations and as a working as a freelancer.
True. So you would say the keywords here are time management and stability, correct?
Definitely, definitely.
Right. So from your point of view, since the pandemic and COVID and everything going on, uh, what has been, from your point of view, the disadvantages and advantages of online meetings?
Online meeting has changed the world. Okay, previously we used to never believe in doing online meetings, because especially if I'm talking about over here in our country, we all used to believe that whenever you meet, you have that physical presence, you have that physical, connection with each other, and we never thought. But slowly and steadily, when we started getting online, we understood the power of social media, the power of digitalization in today's world. See, this is just an example that we both are sitting in front of each other and we are having a conversation so smoothly without any interference. That's the beauty of digitalization. That's the beauty of online things. So I will say that the future is of online. I have seen so many e-learning applications like Unacademy, Udemy. There are multiple applications through which we have started learning. Previously, people used to hunt for a coach, hunt for a trainer, but now everything is going online. So I suggest every trainer to start building their own platform where people can come learn at their own pace of time, where they don't have to struggle that okay, I have to attend this session at this time only. So there should be no bondage, but there should be a duration in which a participant has to complete your course. Otherwise your participant will never take the course appropriately. He will take it for granted, and there has to be some charges. It should never be free, because I've seen people, if it is free, people don't value it.
Hmm. True. Um, so you've told me that you have a new book coming up by the end of this year.
Yes, 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 yes. So as I said that I really want to help people to get a job, because in India there are many people who are struggling to get a job. When I speak with them, I have understood one thing, that it is not that the jobs are not available. It is the skills which these people are lacking. They don't have the employability skills. So my upcoming book will be on employability skills, how you can build the employability skills from the scratch, how you can become a better person, how you can crack those difficult interviews which you never thought of. All those things will be a part of this.
Amazing. And tell us about any other goals and achievements you wish to have come during this year.
Yes, in this year, in this particular last 1.5 years, I can say that I have met few of the people who are like differently abled, and I have seen that they were good. they were good earlier. Like their body was good. They were able to speak properly. They were able to stand, work like a regular person. But I don't know what happened with them. Unfortunately, they got some sort of disabilities in their body, and after their illness, their families are struggling like anything. So I am again on a mission to try and build such a platform where people can actually hire differently able people. I have already started talking to multiple people, and I already started collecting a few of the resumes of such kind of a people who really want to work, but they are not getting job because of they are differently able, or they got some disease, they got some illness, because after that they are not able to perform the way how we a regular person can perform. So that is something which is very close to my heart. I have never disclosed this with anybody because I don't want to promote this thing. I really want to be a hidden person and try and keep on helping these people. In 2022, at least, I will push this from my side.
It's amazing. Such an inspiration.
Yes,
So, lastly, tell us if you have any advice, any important advice that you would like to give to other trainers and other professionals in this field.
definitely. So after spending so many years in this function, I have learned one important thing, that people believe that training is only about going, talking, and delivering a great presentation, wearing nice clothes and everything. But it's not about that. In today's world, training is all about numbers. So whenever you get a project, whenever, even if you are a freelancer, even if you are working in an organization, and whenever you want to deliver a presentation or deliver a training, it can be a capability building training, it can be a product training, it can be any sort of training which you want to deliver, but you must have the right mechanism. So basically, for example, I can just give you some basic ideas. Like first, we have to do the pre-assessment. Like what is the current level knowledge of that particular person, or it can be done through an assessment if it is a product or a process. Then if it is related to behavior, you can take the feedback from that particular person, or you can also take the feedback from the superior. One part is done. Then you have to plan your training. And then after the training, you have to plan your coaching as per the pre-assessment result. Once you are done with your coaching part, you have to give them some sort of time. And whenever you plan a training, you have to plan it really well. For example, if you are planning a monthly based training, so once in the first week you have done the training, then on 15th day, that means on fortnight basis, plan an assessment, plan something, a kind of a submission thing, that they will have to create a note, they will have to do some self study, self analysis, and submit it to you. And then on the last day of the training program, again call them up, check whether they are able to improve or not. If it is product and process, again conduct a post assessment wherein you can find the result, like pre was this and post is this now. If it is related to a behavioral thing, then you can do some sort of a competency based assessment which will help you to understand whether the competencies has been improved or not. If, or else you can always take a feedback from that individual person and the immediate reporting supervisor. By this way, everything can be calculated in training. So every trainer in the world must learn how to calculate the training and how to quantify it. Because if you cannot quantify your training, it is not considered as training. It is just a briefing. It is just a regular update.
Mm.
So that's where it goes. So everything based on quantification in training. That's the future of training.
That's true and very important advice as well.
Thank you.
So this was the last question. We would like to
Yes.
thank you very much for joining our online program, Haroon,
Thank
author,
you.
NLP coach, and training professional. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Have a good day.
You too. Thank you.